Hello everyone, I'm really sorry that I can't be with you in person today, but thank you for the opportunity of still being a part of this 20th anniversary celebration of Breakthrough. I want to start by looking back to where we came from and then to look ahead at where do we go from here. The organisation's background was pretty much born out of what I know is facing many of you again today, which is cuts to local authority funding. A little over 20 years ago, the proposal was to withdraw funding from CELNEC, the sheltered employment workshop that the council had funded for decades. Whilst many of us were in favour of closing the workshop down, what we weren't in favour of was seeing no replacement provision at all to help disabled people into the world of training, education, skills and employment. And I was fortunate to be able to propose to the council that there was an alternative, which was to create a partnership between the local authority and disabled people's organisations. Thankfully, that proposal was accepted, and Lorraine accepted the challenge of turning the dream and the vision into a reality. Lorraine approached Kevin to be the chair of the new organisation to make sure that it was truly independent of the authority, but at the same time working collaboratively. Because anyone that knew Kevin would know that he was never going to be a puppet of any local authority or any public agency. So after a year of planning and legal work and endless bureaucracy and backwards and forwards, Breakthrough finally saw the light of day in December 1997. Over the last 20 years, we've seen many successes. We've seen lots of disabled people develop skills, become volunteers, and ultimately to end up in employment. And for that, we owe an enormous debt of gratitude to both Lorraine and to Kevin, neither of whom are obviously still with us today. But I have no doubt at all that Jackie, Michelle, the employees, the management board, the volunteers, and everyone involved with Breakthrough will continue to ensure that the legacy that Kevin and Lorraine left us will continue to be built on. So where do we go from here? Well, I think that the biggest challenge that faces us is to recreate a partnership approach to working around employment and disabled people. This week, the government announced a 10-year strategy aimed at getting a million disabled people into work over the next decade. I think this is eminently achievable, but sadly not likely under the current government, because the government has failed for pretty much the last 10 years to take us into partnership and to work with us. But I'm pleased that in Greater Manchester, under the Mayor Andy Burnham, and across the 10 districts of Manchester, we still have progressive councils and public agencies that are prepared to work with us. Because the reality is that every employment initiative that has been successful has been delivered in partnership with us. Because when it comes to disabled people in employment, we are the professionals. It's simple. Our skills and our knowledge are what will deliver change. The second ingredient that I think is important is that the government stops degrading, dehumanising and demeaning disabled people. It's not enough to just have a disability confident sticker on a logo that employers can sign up to, when at the same time the government takes every opportunity to describe us as skivers and shirkers. So we need a positive approach. We need positive representations of disabled people. We need public agencies that are not disability confident, but who are committed and proud of working in partnership with us to deliver that progress. And third and finally, I think it's important that resources are made available. It would be unthinkable to work with any other group of people and expect them to do it for nothing. Our organisations need resourcing. Our expertise and our knowledge needs financial recognition. You wouldn't dream of hiring an architect and asking him or her to do that work as a volunteer. And yet all too often, that's what's expected of us as disabled people. So, as we go forward, the message is simple. Work with us, work positively to promote our agenda, our ambition, and our aim, which is to be an integral part of the workforce, and fund and resources to do it. If that's achieved, then I believe that 1 million people into work over the next decade will be absolutely simple to achieve. Because what we have shown for over 100 years now is that disabled people have led the fight for jobs, have led the fight to work, and have led the fight for a fair, just and equal society, rather than having us on the sidelines, having us dismissed, and having us as onlookers to the prosperity that we see all around us. I wish Breakthrough every success over the next 20 years and beyond, as we truly fight and deliver a world that is fair, just and equal. That's what we set out to achieve 20 years ago. That's what I know you're committed to today, and I wish you every success in it. Thank you very much.